beautiful. It's been a while. I just wanted to ask you a question today. So, if you've been divorced, are you holding on to anything from the past still? What are you hanging on to? And it's a really good question to ask yourself and then jot down everything that comes to mind. So we are now in Scorpio season. It's November, and the new moon in Scorpio was on November 4th. And so for this month of November, up until I believe the 23rd, we are in Scorpio season. And so it's all about diving deep and feeling our emotions on a deep level. And it's about letting go of what we're hanging on to. So if you have recently been divorced or have been divorced for some time, ask yourself, what about that am I still hanging on to? Am I still thinking about the past? What ifs? Am I still holding on to resentment? Am I still, blaming myself? Are you holding on to shame or guilt? Are you holding on to, feeling like a failure? Those are all very normal, feelings to feel. But if we stay in them too long, they become very heavy and very dense in our body and in our energy field and in our thoughts and in our minds. And it really prevents us from having the life that we want. And the horses agree. And so, and so I invite you to really write down and really do some soul searching and find a quiet space, ground into the earth, take a couple of really deep breaths, and just ask yourself, what about, my divorce am I still holding on to? And what am I willing to let go of now? And really feel those feelings deeply and write them down. And this is a perfect time in this new moon to let go of the past and let go of the old and let go of, whatever it is that we're holding on to from the past that prevents us from moving forward into the future that we want to create, into the life that we want to create, the business we want to create, the new relationships that we want to create. And so, because, this is a time of letting go, I've been watching all morning the tree behind me, the leaves just ever so gently, just falling away, falling from the tree as needed. And they don't all fall at one time. They all fall away in their own time. Each leaf has its own time. And whether it's a gentle breeze that comes by, that it finally lets go, or a windy day, or, sometimes, later on in the fall, there'll be just a couple of leaves still hanging on. And so, is this now the perfect time for you? And what are you willing to let go of that you have been holding on to? And just, watch the trees if you live in the northern hemisphere. Excuse me, little nose itch. Watch the trees and just imagine that whatever it is that you've been holding on to is just like a leaf on the tree, and just watch it fall away. Because one of the other things that Scorpio is about is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So when something dies, when the old dies, when you have a loss from divorce, after the mourning period and after your heart has healed, whether it was, betrayal or just falling out of love, or, all the reasons as to why divorce happens, or you just outgrow each other, then comes the rebirth. So once you allow the old to fall away and to honor that death, and to bless, everything, all your experiences, you don't have to stay in the pain and in the suffering. Once you heal your heart, you can let all of that go, and you can have a brand new beginning. You can have a brand new life, and you can have that rebirth. And it's just a renewal, right? A renewal of you. You know what you no longer want in your life, and what has gone away. Just let that go, let that die. Just let it all go. And so that you can have the space to allow the new to come in. Because if you're still holding on to any of those feelings that I talked about in the beginning, that will prevent you from truly, truly embracing your new beginning and a new life, and to have that rebirth, which is what happens. And it is part of the cycle. All things have their timing. And so, what if, your divorce was meant to be? What if it was actually a blessing in disguise? And I actually teach my clients in my divorce program how to really understand, have a greater understanding of, why that happened, and to really embrace, everything that happened, and to really feel deep, deep, deep those core feelings that nobody wants to feel, right? That everyone wants to pretend everything's okay, that I'm over it, and I'm just going to move on. And that works for a little bit, typically does not work for very long. And sometimes what happens is you end up in a similar relationship that was perhaps not in your highest and best good. So, because again, you're still bringing all those old emotions that, weren't dealt with, weren't healed at a core level. And so, that's just sort of a Band-Aid fix. And so, this is the perfect time to journal and to write down all of the feelings, perhaps, that you are still feeling around that divorce. And it doesn't matter if it happened last week or last year or 5 or 10 years. There's always residual feelings that are unresolved, unhealed, possibly subconscious, and therefore you might not even be aware of them, but they're preventing you from, really moving forward, and really having those beautiful relationships that your heart desires and that you are deserving of. And so if any of this resonates with you, and you would like to book, a one-on-one private coaching session, or visit my website, check out my divorce packages, I will put both of those links in the description box. But you could visit my website at Rosanna at newbeginningswithrosanna.com, and you can check out my healing programs for my 12-week healing packages. I'm actually going to be offering a sale here upcoming just after the Thanksgiving holiday. So yeah, it's going to be wonderful. So check out my website. December 1st, I will be posting that sale. It'll be a Christmas sale. So what a great gift to give to yourself, the gift of finally healing from the pain and suffering of your divorce and embracing your new beginning. And what a wonderful way to start the new year. We are at the end of the year. We have a couple of months left, and 2022 is right around the corner. And this is about learning self-love, releasing the past so you can be free and you can embrace your new beginnings. So I thank you for joining me today, and I wish you a deep, very, what's the word I want to say, self-reflective Scorpio season. And hopefully it will assist you to let go of what no longer serves you, but you don't have to do it alone. I am here. I have been through it, and I have come out the other side, and it would be my honor to assist you to do the same in your life. So I'm sending you a big, big hug. Have a beautiful day, and until next time. Bye bye.